Hello everyone and welcome to episode 0 of the Corey Haim movie series review. Okay, so I don't review. Right. It's been almost a year in the making, this series. Right now, none of the episodes have been released, hence why this is called episode 0. I'm just going to reflect a little bit back to then and stuff like that. There'll be no flashbacks. I want you to enjoy this series. As I stand right here, right now, when I come back, the second of last episode has just been filmed, and I'm getting ready to film the very last episode. And the last episode should be bonkers because we've got some amazing cameos in it. And throughout the series, there are cameos left, right, and centre. But if you're a fan of Corey Haim, every film has been revisited, found. I've talked about its availability. I've talked about him at his time. Hairstyle's been a massive one. Been talking about his hairstyle quite a lot. And I've been reflecting on these and sharing my experience of where I would find these films and how I've got a passion for them and the hunt for them. So stuff like Shark City. When we get around to Shark City, you'll see me find it in Motueka, New Zealand, in a recycling centre, you know. So it'll jump to New Zealand, jump back. Some episodes, I've kind of been watching them and going, oh my dear God, and like sort of like borrowed content, which is not something I normally do. But I'm reflecting on this, and you know, I'm going to be like, I'm laughing at a boom mic, for example, in Demolition High, when you can just see this boom mic and it cracks us up. So there's stuff like that you'll see. There's been marathons where I've watched 2 or 3 back to back, or I've, you know, have an era where I was watching them all on VHS. Then recently there's been ones with decisions where I haven't been able to watch it even though I have it on DVD. And then how do you watch this kind of stuff? So I talk about it a lot. As I said, we have a lot of great cameos in it. There's an episode where Matt Davies and Carl McSorley join me for a special watching one, like a watch along episode. And then some of them are just absolutely all over the place, trying to be inspired by them as well. And going into the last episode, there is some really cool stuff happening with that. Yet I'm to film my main part. I've got to wait for something to be involved in that. But again, with this episode, as I said, every single film has been covered. Everything I've physically got, every DVD, every VHS, every Laserdisc. I talk about artwork, I talk about that. There's unboxings within it as well. So there might be an episode where the outtake will be in a boxing exclusive to that series as well. They've all got custom intros, which all changed graphically wise. Music by I can butcher his name, Kilkwatsky, whatever he is. He's done some amazing music for it, so it's got a soundtrack. And then to say, every episode is sort of like what works for the episode. So they're not like fast forward reviews where they'll jump around. They're very just deadpan, or you know, even Abraham's in one of the episodes, because I watched one of the films in Japanese, which is an interesting concept. But again, I started filming it last June. It's now the 19th of May, so it's a year, pretty much almost a year full circle, and it will be a year. But to sit on all these videos as well for so long, they need to come out quite soon. So I'm going to drop this quite soon, and then episode 1 will be Lost Boys, and I believe episode 2 is Watchers, and then there's and then it just goes on there. So some of these films, you know, I think, to be honest with you, personally, I don't think Watchers was revisited when I did that, but it was watched within the series, so I'm self-aware of what's going on with all this kind of stuff. And again, I'll see you in the outtakes. Here in the outtakes, I believe there's 44 episodes. So it's going to be a while before we get to this episode. But I got a delivery this morning. The bag inside of the bag. It's got a pump. I bet you're wondering what this is about. You have to get ready for the last episode. Goodbye for now.